Let's get questions in the chat for Drew Brees. First one's from Luke Johnson.
Hey, Drew, you look at what Deontay did today, and obviously, like, he was a big part of what y'all were doing, moving the ball downfield, but especially on third down. He had like 4 third-down conversions today. How big was he there for you guys specifically?
Yeah, listen, he's a great weapon. He can do a lot of things. He's got a really great feel for the game and a lot of our route concepts. And so, we were trying to put him in positions where, good matchups in space, get the ball in his hands, and let him do what he does best. He did a great job.
Next one's from Mike Triplett.
Drew, I have 2. First of all, what read was Latavius Murray on that touchdown? If he was in the progression,
he's not in the progression. There's 5 other guys or 4 other guys, and he's actually blocking, and then he was there to cut Khalil Mack, so he was on the ground, and then he popped up, and I just kind of dished it over Mack's head to Latavius. So they played a totally different coverage than what the play was designed for. So there's nobody open. So I go to scramble. He pops up off the ground and just had to get the ball to him.
That's great. And secondly, I guess you spent most of your career figuring you would never meet Tom Brady in a playoff game unless it was the Super Bowl. Is it pretty remarkable to get that third matchup in this new rivalry already next week?
Yeah, don't take it for granted. Very appreciative and of the opportunity. And listen, the minute that he signed with the Bucs and came in the division, you felt like that was going to be a team to contend with. That was going to be a team that had playoff aspirations and beyond, just like us. So I guess it was inevitable.
Next one's from Catherine Terrell.
Hey, Drew, after you broke your ribs, did you think the Brees leaf basically was off the table forever?
That's a good question. I guess that I hadn't really thought about that one. But we got to 4th and 1 there, and I told Sean, he's looking at the call sheet, trying to figure out what he's going to call. And I said, listen, just let me jump over the top. So that's what we did.
I've also got to ask this. I know you're really fired up and talking into the camera after that. Do you, because they overturned the touchdown, man, I kind of wish I would have waited on that one?
No, I thought I was in. I guess I just pulled the ball back a little too soon. But regardless, I guess I'm just going to have to do a few more box jumps, tomorrow when I work out, make sure I can get that extra distance. It was a little further out than normal, but still felt like I got in.
No, I meant talking to the camera specifically afterwards.
What's that?
No, I meant specifically when you went up to the camera and you were.
No, I know. Well, I didn't go up to the camera. The camera was in my face as I was walking off.
You had to say something.
I just said, hey, we're going to get in. We were going to get in.
Next one's from Chris Dunnels.
Drew, you and Mike Thomas have only played, I think, 10 quarters of football all year. So what was it like to finally have him and AK back on the field with you, albeit in the postseason?
It was great. It was great to get him in the end zone, too. Hopefully we broke the seal, and there's a lot more that came from. But, listen, we got some work to do, I think still just kind of first time, really that we're getting everybody together again. Hopefully we get Traquan Smith back this week as well. And, there's just so much timing and rhythm that goes into the passing game and so many little nuances and things that, when you're playing a lot, it becomes automatic. And that's when, you're really playing at the level that, man, we've been at, in many cases around here. But listen, this is playoff football. Each game becomes obviously more meaningful, and you've got to continue to fine tune and find ways to play your absolute best football. And listen, we need to improve. We still need to improve. There's still room for that, and so that's what this week's going to be focused on is continuing to find those extra little percentage points.
Next one's from Doug Mouton.
Hey, Drew, that first long drive in the third quarter, you got a lot of clean pockets on that drive, and that wasn't really the case in the first half. Did you guys change things up at halftime? Did you flip protections around?
We always do. We always change up protections just in launch points, just so defenses can't get a beat on you. Focus on trying to get the ball out, finding completions, creating matchups and such. I thought we were good on third down today. You know, I felt like we were able to do that well. Even some third and long situations where we just found outlets and guys were able to get first downs. But the guys up front, I felt like did a great job against a really good pass rush front. By sustaining those drives, you know, you end up getting those 12 play, 15 play. We had a few of those drives in the second half, which, you know, chewed up a bunch of clock, kept our defense off the field and fresh, and we're able to get points. And at the end of the day, you know, despite the first half where we felt like, you know, we weren't really able to capitalize on some of the drives and really get significant points. You know, defense played lights out, special teams played really well, played the field position game at times. It was just great complementary football all the way around. And sometimes you got to do that to win. That's what the great teams do.
Next one's from Jeff Duncan.
Hey, Drew, Alvin said earlier that you all communicated a lot during the week, you and him. What was that process like for you all?
Yeah, just texting, just that as things came up, just texting him kind of my thoughts and, you know, hey, this is a little nuanced, it's a little different, and be ready for this, you know, so that, you know, when he showed up for game day, it wasn't, you know, like a totally foreign, you know, game plan, and felt like he handled it really well, you know, despite the circumstances.
Hey, one other thing real quick. TV cameras caught one of your sons. We couldn't tell who it was doing the gritty after one of the touchdowns. Did you teach them that dance?
Which one is that?
The gritty dance, I think. It looked like that's what he was doing.
Okay.
Which would be what Sean did.
It's probably my oldest son, Baylen. He's the one with the rhythm of all the kids. So he'll start dancing, celebrating. He's kind of the swag king in the family. So yeah, it was probably him.
We're all set. Thanks, Drew.
All right.
Yeah, we'll end it there.